Hey guys, welcome back to Newsmakers. I'm Cheryl Brayboy here at Johnson C. Smith University. I'm so excited to be here with Steve Allen, who is an amazing producer and director out of Atlanta with Studio Approach, his own company. Steve, so good to have you back for homecoming.
I am very, very happy to be here, and congratulations on this studio. This is amazing.
Thank you.
Great
Well,
job.
thank you to the MREI dollars, Mayor's Racial Equity Initiative. We are super excited to have the studio as well. So excited to have you and your wife here. We're going to talk to her, at least see her in a little bit.
Awesome.
But you are an alum celebrating your reunion this year.
Yeah, 20 years since I walked the stage. Doesn't feel like it. I hope it doesn't look like it.
It does not. That's a ridiculous number, 20 years.
20
you were
years.
the class of 2005.
Correct.
From JCSU.
Yeah.
So tell everybody out there what your major was and what you remember about your days here at JCSU.
So my major was I was a music business technology major. So back then I wanted to be a record producer, artist, etc. And I probably should have been a communications major because that's where I now make my living. But it was those courses that I had to take as a part of that program that allowed me to do what I do.
Okay. So, and I've talked to you a couple of times because you are a real life working producer, director of movies, of commercials that all of you have seen. Just so people have a context of what you do, tell them a little bit about some of the projects you've worked on over the course of the last couple of years.
So in the past few years, my focus has really been in the commercial branded content space / promo. And so basically what it is the bulk of it, they're not per se the national commercial that say, so every company will have like their big commercial, but then what they do throughout the year is they find brand partners to amplify their brands and messaging. So be it different celebrities or a hit television show, for instance, Love Island.
I knew you were going to say
Love Island.
Love Island. Everybody's been watching Love Island.
Yes.
My daughter watches it. I actually watch Love Island.
Yeah.
And so you did something cool with Love Island.
Yes, so I was able to produce 3 promos with Serena Page, the winner of season 6. And the funny thing enough is I shouldn't say this out loud. I didn't watch the show. I didn't know anything about the show.
That's ridiculous. That's craziness.
Right. So when I was hired to go to LA and do the promos with Wild Cherry Pepsi, and I say Pepsi, Coca-Cola is one of my biggest clients. I do a lot of work, but I did do the shoot with Pepsi was the sponsor for this. And they just find a creative way to take the brand and Love Island and merge it. So we found a home in LA. We made it look like the Love Island mansion. And it was like, each spot was like, everything's Wild Cherry Pepsi, everything's great. So it was Serena doing her thing. But I have done the national commercials too, like Shaquille O'Neal, Icy Hot.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Here you are. I just want you guys to just take this moment for a second because here you are, 2005 JCSU graduate, and you are doing these major promos and commercials with these major corporations.
Yeah. Yeah.
So far you've said Pepsi, Coke, Delta.
Oh, Pepsi, Coke, Delta, Ford, AT&T. I mean, you name it. And so it is a lane there that these budgets are rivaling shorter, smaller budget films. Sometimes we're shooting for a day to 2 days, so it's not about the money, but it is lucrative, and it gives me more time to be with my family. It gives me more time to relax versus when you're committed to a long-term project, like a film or a documentary. You are gone. You're seeing the babies when you can. They're usually sleep when you leave and sleep when you get home, that kind of thing. So
so you mentioned the family, and it's about that work-life balance that a lot of women out there juggle those two things, but men juggle that too. Family's a priority for you. So tell everyone who you married from JCSU and the family you have.
Yeah, so my wife is from the class of 2004. She was Takia Allen. And now she's Takia Allen, of course. But yeah, we have 3 children, Stephen Jr., Nyla, and Ava. We reside in Atlanta, outside of Atlanta in Cobb County, a suburb of Atlanta. And
but you met here.
We met at Smith. We met in the university concert choir. So that was another thing as a music major when I said, I probably should have been a comm arts major, but I wasn't forced to be in choir, but it was a requirement. You had to have an ensemble credit.
Oh.
So being somebody, I just wanted to do studio stuff. I couldn't join the marching band because I don't play anything, but I could sing a bit.
Okay.
I guess.
Can you sing? Can you
Sing
give us a
it.
couple bars?
Oh,
right
no.
on the TV?
I was sing-ish.
Oh, okay, sing-ish.
Yeah,
Got
sing-ish.
Check.
And, and under the direction of Bruce Thompson. And I really actually did become pretty decent. Meanwhile, my wife was like the soprano
singer?
star of the choir. So
really?
I was sort of like the misfit.
Oh, okay.
She and her friend Kenya Starks, they were sort of the
stars.
Yeah, the choir sweethearts. And so
The divas of the
I had
choir.
I had a way to go to get in. But it changed my life, clearly. I met my wife there, and I was able to tour with the choir and do all sort of things. So. And
you learned quite a few technical skills while you were here at JCSU, production skills.
Yes.
That allowed you to take those skills and go on the road.
Yeah. Well, first being in that major under Dr. Wise in the technology side, when new equipment would arrive, I was the student that would open the box and set it up. Like, that was the thing. And he was cool. Hey, Steve, I really had the run of the show. The major wasn't really established. So I was like his right hand. And even though I was a student, I ended up getting like a staff position because I was very instrumental in like setting that stuff up. And so I had those skills there, but while taking comm arts courses, there was like maybe it was radio production or like broadcast production class under Herman Howard. We had to do these weekly sort of air checks. We would fake commercials. Right. And so the tech on the comm art side, they had like tape recorders and that kind of thing. Meanwhile, I have all this cool equipment at the studio. So I would come in there, and some of the comm arts majors would be like, who is this dude?
Right, where did he come from?
I put my entire Home Depot voice on and all this stuff, and these things were like coming out really good. Well, fast forward a few years later, and I'm in Atlanta, and when I was on the talent side, acting and wanted a voiceover agent. Finding an agent is tough. I was able to produce my new voiceover reel based on what I learned in class from
That's
Herman
amazing.
Howard. And
so you got a job based upon the stuff you were doing in class here at JCSU. That's a big deal that people need to understand.
Yeah, I was signed to Sally Neal at the time at Houghton Talent. Sally Neal, they called her the godmother of voice in the Southeast. So she was the agent. It wasn't like and she was like, who did you train under? Who produced this? Who did? And I was like,
you did it all.
I just did it. And it was like, well, I used to have this class when I was in college and we had to do these. So I just redid it. And, I went on to do several voiceovers for Chick-fil-A, for Publix, for Georgia Lottery. And
That's
ridiculous. It was really cool.
It's actually really impressive that you were able to take the skills from here, from JCSU, and we have really excellent faculty here.
Yeah.
Right now it's Dr. Brooks, you mentioned the choir, who's doing that. But the fact that you had the drive and the determination to take what you learned here, go on the road, get a job, get another job after that, and then launch your own company. So entrepreneurship is in your wheelhouse as well.
And coming up 2016, it would literally be 10 years of entrepreneurship. 10 years since I received a check from another company that wasn't my going to hunt and grab it. And it was a scary thing. I used to work for a company, and I left, was it 3 months after my youngest daughter was born?
Oh.
So, a lot of people were like, you're quitting a salary job. And, I had the company credit card, cell phone. It was kind of like before remote work was a thing, I was able to do it.
Okay.
And I just was like, I knew. It was like, how people say like, oh, how did you know? And like that moment of like, we all know God, but that moment of faith.
Yes.
Where I felt it, like I have to go. And I have to let go completely because what's for me. And it wasn't easy, and it was scary, and I have 3 kids and a wife.
It's risky.
Yeah, and then I thought I had some savings.
Right.
when you have a family of 5, you're like, ooh,
only lasts a couple of weeks.
Yeah, maybe this wasn't as much savings as I thought. So, you know.
But you had that sense of knowing in your gut. And you mentioned God, right? So that was a spiritual sense, a sense of faith that you were doing the right thing.
That in my adult life where I said, I really know what like faith really is right now. And then when you take a step like that, and it's like I said, my wife was super supportive. My father wanted me to be a politician. So he's very, you know, and he's like in support. And I'm like, so where's my pushback? Everybody is, and there are people like, we believe in you. So I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. So I got to make this work. And then, you know, you go through the maze of finding your landing.
Finding your niche.
Yeah. And then when you do, because for a while it was like, Steve, you do a lot. What do you do? And then at first it can look as like misguided energy because and I'm not super astrology, but I'm a Sag and all the other things. So it's like, look, if I want to do something, I'm going to figure it out. Yeah. And that could be from something creative or fixing something. Like I am determined. You're
industrious.
I'm just determined to figure stuff out. And so I had to get to that place where it started to you sort of fall in.
Okay.
And then you don't start as the producer and director. You have to start and this is what I want to tell young people. Do not be afraid to just get in the room.
You have to get in the room.
Get in the room and listen and learn. And I don't care what you think you've read or seen on TV or learned in class, you're not ready. No. And it's okay.
Right. But you have to intern first. I mean, intern, be a production assistant. Yeah. You've got to take those jobs that allow you to get the training you need and pay your dues a little bit.
And you have to obsess. And it's okay to not know something and figure it out, because if someone throws you in that position, you'll be short-lived because your phone will never ring again if you're not ready. Yeah. And so that's the pressure that even with, I have a confidence, but I still have she'll tell you, like I have my moments where I am unsure and I'm like, why am I feeling like this? But it lets me know I'm growing again.
Right.
And so I should, because if I treat everything as rinse and repeat, you don't get better.
And you're not standing on your laurels, on your accomplishments. You're always striving for something new.
You can't. You can't. This industry is a very like, oh, that was cool. What you got?
Yeah, what's next?
I mean, it's actually even like frustrating sometimes. You could just like, oh man, I just came off of this multi-millionaire, and people are like, oh man, that's great. What you got next? And you're like, vacation?
Really?
like yeah.
You're already asking?
Can I take a minute?
Before we bring Takia over here, I just want to ask you about there was a movie that came out last year. It was a mystery. It was super cool, sleek. Tell everybody about that.
Yeah. So it was actually the first film I executive produced, called The Match. It's on All Black, which is an AMC network. Brittany Hall starred in it. She's amazing, but it's like a romantic thriller. It has a twist.
I watched it. I was excited.
Written and directed by Cass Seegers, a good friend of mine. She's done great stuff. I enjoyed the script. In fact, it's like when you do that, what happens is everyone I get random emails from people all over the world that want me to executive produce their films, because so people, and it's resourcefulness. People will scour IMDb because a lot of my work doesn't go on IMDb. Commercials and stuff doesn't go on IMDb. Right. There's other ways to figure that out, but most common folk know IMDb. And so I'll have people find me. They'll send me their pitch decks. They're shooting their shot. They want me to help them make their film. Cool. I know sometimes it's like me, but what I have to realize is my ultimate goals, and when I got in, was to create my own content. So to make my films, the Steve Allen films and television shows and programming. So I'm back at that place like I did 10 years ago when I left my job. I'm at a place where I'm comfortable, but there's more for me to do and give. And while I'm extremely grateful and I get to do some amazing things, there's still other things I want to do
more
that will take other leaps of faith.
Okay, well, we're so proud of you. We're so excited that you are a JCSU alum.
I'm so glad you're here and doing this and building this. I hope y'all know what y'all have in Mr. Brayboy, that she is building this stuff up.
I'm grateful to be here with the students, faculty, and staff that we have, and of course the vision of Dr. Kinlock as well. And you've got to stop by and see the choir with Dr. Brooks and Dr. Brock and the great work that they're doing over there. I see they got these
cool blue blazers with the monogram on. I didn't have that. We just went and bought black tux.
They're doing great. Since we just talked about the choir. Should we bring in Takia, who
Yeah.
was the star of the
Yeah, she
choir
was
back in 2005
Miss Choir,
and
my
6?
wife. Hey,
all right,
baby.
come in close. Come in close. This is Miss Takia, and this. Well, Steve has the mic.
Oh yeah.
You got to speak into his.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. So happy and proud to be back at home.
We're so excited to have you both, especially as a married couple, successful married couple with 3 beautiful children.
Thank you.
So, welcome back.
Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, we did our Valentine's.
Yes, you guys may remember them from the Valentine's sort of reel on social media.
Yeah,
Okay.
That was great. So,
All right, you guys. Well, thanks for being
well,
here.
thank you. This was great.
This was so
Yeah.
fun. All right.
right.
We'll see you next time on
See ya.
Newsmakers. Steve Allen and Takia Allen, you guys. The best.
Go Bulls.